Okay, guys. SLP. So we'll still look at SRP sharp before we round up because I had to start the stream. The network was echoing. So SLP right now, we are seeing some sort of retest. That's what we're seeing. So yesterday was some good pump, right? We're still within that sideways range. That's what we are right now. So like we can see that we are still respecting this bias line up here, which they are going to come back on and retest before they make another attempt on this 0.3335 39 this time around. They attempt this point, right? But a look at the weekly chart makes SLP quite very interesting right now. The weekly chart. So look at the weekly chart, and this is Binance. So we don't have much data for smaller portion of Binance, that's SLP. We don't have much data on that. But what we have here, what we are seeing is actually the first candle is a bullish candle with a full-blown body, right? The next candle was an inside bar, right? Broken to the downside, but the candle that broke the inside bar was a bullish candle, right? Because you can see this wick shows signs of buy power, right? You see a strong buy power. That's what we're seeing here. A strong buy power that pushed price, even though price pushed down all the way to 1.13. We see this buyer coming in the same week to push the sellers way back up. That if I pick if I turn on my drawings, if I turn on these drawings, I can actually locate a common ground right here with these buyers right here. Now mind you, this week is yet to close, right? I can locate a common buyer, a common ground where they switched over to the opening of this new week. The opening and the close.
Is there another indicator on it? That one?
No, this is horizontal trend line I'm using. I'm not right now. There's no any indicator on the chart right now.
Because I don't put all the sign, all the drawing on it now. I'm drawing.
Actually, I just yes, I did, but that's okay. I'm going to draw everything from the scratch right now, so that this analysis is going to be more like analysis that we're going to do from scratch. So if you're watching for the first time, you're going to be able to follow too. So if I'm going to draw this chart, I'm going to start this drawing from the daily chart. All right, so I'm going to first of all try to locate my horizontal buy support. This is my first obvious resistance, and this is my first obvious support, right? This is my first obvious resistance, and this is my first obvious support. And what is the second obvious resistance area? Exactly this point, right? What is the second obvious support? Exactly this point, right? So, and I want to actually put here, yes. So what I need to do is, first of all, I want to locate. Now, like I always tell you guys, that support and resistance is an area, not a line, right? Support and resistance is an area, not a line. So I'm going to try to get the area. Well, why do I need these areas? Now when price gets to a support or resistance for the first time, it does not instantly break that support or resistance. It does not instantly break it. It comes up, moves back and forth, sort of. It kind of moves back and forth, right? There's another obvious resistance around here, right? So we have one there, and I can also tell you the area where the sideways movement was well noticed on that point is here. The wicks are actually signs of sideways market, where you have the buyers pushing and then the sellers pushing back down, right? Or the sellers pushing and the buyers pushing back down. So those are actually what I call my areas, right? I take them very important, especially close to my major resistance line, resistance and support line. So these are very important three areas on the chart that I'm seeing. These are the major important areas that I'm seeing. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I want to go to my 4 hours chart and see what are the possible support and resistance that I can use my trend line to find on this particular SLP chart. So I'm going to pick my trend line. So this is the first trend line that was broken. The first obvious broken trend line, right? And once it was broken, we got, and I can as well draw my major bias line here that I'm seeing. So the major bias line is this one moving this way. That is the major bias line, right? But then I can still connect another bias line, but the one I'm about to connect is not going to be as strong as this one that is below here. So it's going to be like this. Now this is another bias line, right? So this bias line was formed immediately after the breakout. So after we had a breakout, we after SLP had a breakout, the bulls formed a bias line on this breakout. Now how will it, the good thing about this hello, the good thing about this bias line is it's going to help you know when a retest has started, right? So if the deep retest, now if this retest were to come back, the breakdown of this support, right, the breakdown of the breakout of this trend line down here, so I need to extend this one down, right? Now here's what I'm saying. Now I have two lines. One, I had to extend that one down so that you will actually see it, so that it will be obvious different from this other two one that is going down, because this particular line is the seller's line that is already broken, telling you that chances of upward move is high, right? Now even when they broke above it, they started building another bull channels line, which means you can buy each time price hits that line, right? So obviously we see them, this is the first time they came around it, they returned to it again, and they are about returning to it now. Now if this is a retest, it is going to get to this point, right? It's going to get to this point. That's what a retest does. And some retests are actually very stubborn. Why do I say some retests are stubborn? If the sell pressure is strong, it is going to try again to come to at least make a double bottom here. The stubborn ones will come and retest this. That's the breakout. Come and retest this falling line, but that is in the worst case scenario, right? But that is not what we are going to see on SLP. The reason being because of the first bullish, because that's why I started with the weekly chart, because of the first bullish candle that we saw on the highest time frame is a sign that the breakdown might not break down below the last low that was formed on Binance, in the sense that we have two stacking support on each other, right? The first support is this 4 hours support. The second support is this particular one. The third support is this one here. So let me show you what I mean. I have a support here, I have another support. Remember, I told you this is the line that is moving like this, right? So I have first touch here, I have another touch here. So obviously I have another support here. That is also, now it's not a coincidence that that support is the tip of the area that I said that, remember, these 3 areas are very important. What are they important? It's either when price drops these lines, it gets stopped at the top of it, or it gets stopped at the bottom of it. So at the top of it, if it's going to get stopped at the top of it, then it is also coinciding with the top of our area, right? Now, what if it goes deeper? Let's say it tries to go deeper. Now the problem now is there is now multiple support, because now it's in the area of support. So what are we going to be seeing? We're going to be seeing something like this, right? We're going to be seeing something like this. This horizontal support right here is a problem. It's a problem to the sellers, right? So it's like you're falling, you hit something, you fall again, you hit something, you fall again, you hit something. At some point you're going to catch something. You're not going to just dive all the way down, right? So that's the problem why they can't, these areas becomes area of importance, right? Because you see that our support and resistance start clashing, and now we're having more support than more resistance. So how many supports we have? We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have, in fact, it's like the only place there is a gap is these two support area that there seems to be gap. But once they get here, it's going to be hard to go further down because of that stacked up support. It's going to become very, very hard to go lower on this area, right? So the next thing I want to say, so I expect a bounce to happen exactly at this point, right? 0.2, right? At this point, if at worst case scenario we break it based on the returns, the strength of the returns. Now if BTC go down, it's likely to affect the altcoins. So if the retest is strong, then maybe probably during the weekend, but I see more of pump. I see more of pump on SLP. Now, if you ask me what is the target I'm seeing on SLP, my first target is very simple, right? It's still the same thing, right? It's still the same thing. So even if I try to draw another, so let's try to extend the possibility of extending this bigger. Now we're trying to meet this. Remember the sellers line that we drew that was broken is the 4 hours meet with the daily chart sellers line, right? The daily chart sellers line is this one that will be extending this point, right? Now we have to pay close attention because that will be the next point that we're going to get reaction on, right? So right like this. Now this in my opinion, what I see here is more like a triangle, right? Now, but because why do I say it's a triangle? It's still a long way from completing, right? It's still a long way from completing. That's if they fall to this point. If they break down to this point, then it's going to be hard to pull up because they will still go sideways before breaking out to the upside. But if they can hold up this 4 hours chart at this 0.2, then we're going to have another attack on this seller's line, giving us opportunity to get a major move to the upside. Let's see what type of major move we are going to get in this situation. we're going to get a breakout somewhere around here, because this is the apex of the triangle. So this is where I'm expecting the real breakout to happen. So we're going to get a delay on XRP, because I see it coming back, but then it's going to do something like this, and then like this, right? Then it's going to shoot up, right? That's what I see. We're going to see a move to 0.6. That is the target I am seeing on XRP, on XLP, XLP. So that is XLP. So which other coin are you guys sharing with us? BTT. So let's look at BTT. So guys, please, this analysis is actually an interactive one. This is not just about me, it's about me against you guys. So you guys, please, someone should please let us share with us what they have their views on SLP. Please, let's hear your views, Machiavelli traders. What do you guys see SLP? Apart from what I said, what are you guys seeing? What are the possibilities you guys are seeing in this point right now?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think you've done it too. It's quite interesting to see the market obeying the charts of the line. I can see
Let me turn. If okay.
Just to buttress what you said, that there is strong support in that axis. You can see it's standing on the EMA 200. I don't know if that also had to buttress the point you have made, but it's likely to be a point. Okay, you can see now I've seen on the chart.
Yes. So that increases the chance of this white trend line here holding up. Right? We could have it holding this support right here, because there's a support here. So, okay,
exactly.
all right. That's
Thank you
that's a nice one, Mr. Johnson. Thank you. So let's look at, that's a really major point that is really made there. Me too, I really do see this because of the reaction. You can also see the reaction that this place gets. So there's a strong sort of buy power around this area, right? So we're going to get that reaction once we get to that point, because remember, support, this area was actually a strong resistance that the bulls conquered, right? So this area right here, like this, is some sort of resistance, right? So you can see it here, you can see it also here. It got rejected and it made it up of it. So once we arrive that same place, we're going to get some sort of reaction on SLP, and hopefully, because we can see the 20 exponential moving average has crossed over the 55, that's a golden cross, right? So, and hopefully, if the golden cross holds up, we're going to get that parabolic move, which means instead we're having a different pattern that is not a triangle. Now, if in the case that we break it, that's when we're going to actually get a longer time of sideways movement, but I still see this price being up. So let's look at
the conclusion.
yeah,
You should hold.
yes, the conclusion is that yes, SLP is going to pay off. SLP is going to pay off. SLP is going to take at least before the end of before the end of July, we should be seeing minimum of 0.6 SLP, provided this holds up the way I'm saying it. Yeah.
The first pump went up very high, up to 0.4269.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, pardon me for what I'm going to say now. I know you will not agree with me. What happens if at that point one just take the rest of the risk and you just sell off?
Yes.
Sell and make your profits.
Yes, why not?
That's acceptable.
Yes, because it actually returned to the very beginning. That's
Okay.
what any trader would do. Take some profit,
That's what
right?
I was telling you. I did
That's what any trader would do. Take some profit.
Okay.
But if you got in somewhere around here, if you got in somewhere around this point where this katakata is, then I don't see a reason why you should take profit yet, because it's just about being patient. That's just it.
Yeah, just being patient.
Yes, if you got in earlier when the move happened, then taking profit is okay, right? If what's the point of being in the market if you don't take profit?
Yeah.
There's no point.
Yeah.
So let's look at
Thank you.
BTT. Let's look at
That's very
BTT.
cool. Yeah, please quite impressive. Thank you so much.
All right. Let's look at BTT.
Yo, I think I sold my BTT.
Okay, this is futures. So let me get BTT USD.
Okay, I think it's also on spot.
Yes.
It's also on spot.
Yes. I want to get this spot. Yes.
Yeah. You have different chart for future, different chart for spot.
Yes. This particular chart you're seeing now is for futures. I'm going to put the spot chart now so that you're going to see the difference.
How do you know it's for future?
It's written on it. Look at it here. Look at. Did you see the difference now? This is BitTorrent Theta US. If I go back now, the last one you're going to see, yes, it will say perpetual. Look at it. This one says Theta Perpetual Futures. So don't trade the same chart, or you're going to be wrong in your entries, or you get liquidated.
That's really why our
This is another. You guys are going to pay for the conservation.
This is if you are trading futures, that's why I told you guys the chart matters. That's why whenever I told you, I said when I'm trading spot, I use spot chart and I base my analysis on the weekly chart. When I'm trading futures, I use 4 hours because the charts are different. Look at the chart of futures. See how small it is, and you see that the time is long. But if I go back to how many data the spot has more than the futures. So the futures price is also not the same as the spot price. The futures, see, let me give you a secret. When there is a pump going on, the futures price will always be above the spot price by what we call spread, a gap, a little gap. So don't be trading futures and be looking at spot. You will miss the entry because of the gap in the price. Now also, during a strong dump, the same price that you saw that was above spot will instantly go below spot. This is where liquidation comes in, and people call it market making. Let's say, for example, today Bitcoin is pumping and we're about to cross over to a new day. If BTC price on futures, this is futures now. Okay, let me look at my screen right now. You find out that futures right now is saying BTT price is 0.005423. But if I go to spot, hold on, let me get that spot. Whenever there is a big dump, if you look at futures and spots, the price of futures will be dumping more because of people shorting on futures. Not that it's their shorting that is bringing the market down, but the market makers are trying to see. These people are the ones making more money, you understand? So there's a gap, you understand? That spread is the gap between two market prices. My network is very bad. know that this streaming will be
Nigeria is a
affected.
challenge.
This streaming will be affected as well. So if you look at the screen now, you can see BTT Theta perpetual futures. If I want to trade futures, this is where I come to. This is the chart I come for. Now if I want to trade, you can see BTTS perpetual at the back. If I want to trade spot, this is the one I'll come for. I'll look for the one that says just Theta. Look at it, this one. This is the spot one. So if you look at the price of the spot, this is the spot one. So the futures, okay, now let me show you guys. Currently the futures price is the last price. Yeah,
I'm seeing BTT USDT perpetual swap contract.
sub
Can't see futures,
scroll down. There are so many options. Keep scrolling until you see it. You have to keep scrolling until you see it. Yes, there's so many. There's even now perpetual. The perpetual, there is even 2 types. There's monthly, quarterly perpetual. You are going to see quarterly there as well. So depending on what you're trading, make sure you're choosing the right coin. For some of us on sushi is doing well. Yes. So you can see. Okay, let's draw this BTT. So the analysis, I'll be doing it on the spot chart, right?
Okay, you are going to start with the
Yes, this is the spot chart. I have more data to work with than the futures.
okay, and then we'll start with the week. Well, there's something you said. You said when you are trading stocks, you start with the.
Yeah.
I said when you said it. I know you are telling us. Start with 4 hours.
I start with daily in my analysis. Okay guys, let's see what this chart is saying on BTT. So we can see that BTT actually has really experienced some good pump.
Yeah. These some of us, so when you first
BTC still have been way down.
And when they are sharing the same win as well, the win, then they are much more like that. They are pump, and they are. I went to buy something like
The
that.
pullback is not done. They are not done with the pullback.
Yeah.
They've already pumped. The pullback is not over yet.
Not done at all.
It's going to get to this point. It's going to get to this point. Let me see what the EMAs are saying. But based on price action, it's not looking good. And let's look at the weekly chart and let's see what the weekly chart says. Let's turn off the drawings. Let's see its plain chart. What are the candles telling us? Let's see what the candles are telling us. Okay, this is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. This is not done. This is not looking good at all. This candle alone is a bad luck. This partly is because it has trapped the two it looks like our voice is echoing. I will look at the EMAs. I will look at the EMAs. But looking at the candles, let me turn on the EMAs. Let's see what the EMA says. The EMA is not done. It's still coming. It's still coming down.
Is that not a manipulation of making that EMA?
It's going to pierce the EMA. That EMA is not 200. That EMA is 20 EMA. Somebody's this thing is echoing.
Okay,
Somebody's mic.
Sorry. It's EMA 20.
Yes.
EMA 20. Let me give you a secret to using
You're
EMAs.
not going to respect it. There's another support line here.
I want to give you a secret to EMAs. The time frame the EMA is matters. You know if you call small pikin make it catch old man where they fall. Two of them go fall.
Empty.
Yeah?
What I'm about to say as well is that I forgot what I want to say right now.
Oh, are you a professor?
No, yeah. I wanted to, okay, what I want to say is that sometimes alligator so it's advisable to use EMA alligator. Not just use alligator. That's what the price is. I didn't think that alligator like that. Yeah, you're someone the microphone is echoing.
I think the person is on loudspeaker or something. So the mic is picking back the
Okay. As you are using the alligator, you are using the EMA as support. You know where the support is, the actual support, or the actual support, instead of just knowing where to make about to go up. I hope I'm passing the message.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the alligator on its own is like a human being. If you are falling and a human being wants to catch you, he's going to use all his power. He's going to need his leg, he's going to need his hand, he's going to use probably his head as strength, right? He's not going to use just his hand. He's going to use his whole power, which means all the organs have to come together and agree that we need to catch this guy that is falling. Or else, if the hand move and the leg refuse to move, the guy will know, all of you will fall. That's how the alligator works. The difference between the alligator and the EMA is when it comes to working together. The EMA can work separately on their own without missing 2 or more EMAs. The alligator cannot work if you don't combine the lip, the teeth, and the jaw. So put that, if they don't say that because the green one is above and is catching it, it will not fall to the red one or the other one, the blue one. No, it's not the green one. It's not like that. It doesn't not like that. That's not how it works. The jaw, the teeth, and the lip work together. So when the jaw crosses the lip, you know there's trouble. When the lip crosses the jaw and move ahead, you know there's food. The teeth is always at the middle. I'm sure the teeth is always at the middle when it comes to using the alligator. The teeth is always in the middle, which means the only 2 things that constantly move is the jaw and the lip. So these are your 2 most important hints. When price falls to the teeth, it can either go back to the jaw or fall lower to the when price leaves the teeth, when price crosses, like maybe you are long and price starts to fall and crosses the lip, because the lip will be the first one it will hit, right? And crosses the lip and goes low to the teeth, it means now it's telling you have 2 options. What are the chances of a support? Now, what you should be saying is, see, I understand some of us are very good at indicators, and I really understand combining these 2 indicators. But I want you to also know the difference. If you know the difference between these 2 indicators, then you can successfully be able to trade them successfully. What do I mean? The jaw, the teeth, and the lip is a one-man soldier. The 20 EMA, the 55 EMA, and the 200 EMA are brothers and sisters. They can do without each other. So in this sense, this is where EMA comes in. Very sensitive. The time frame you are using it for. Why do I combine 3 EMAs if I can just use 1? Why don't I just use 1? Why am I putting 3? It's because of this. I'm a multiple time frame trader, right? Some people use 2, but I use 3. Why do I use 3? Because of the time frames I trade. The 20 exponential moving average, which is the white one on my chart right now, I only use it. It's only relevant for charts from 4 hours downward. That is, in fact, do I say 4 hours downward? It's more relevant from 1 hour downward.
Okay, that's 20 years.
If price is falling, yes, and is falling for the first time, and it's going to probably 4 hours, I still use it on 4 hours. It's still manageable. It still says something, but it can easily get damaged on 4 hours because the weight is too strong for it. Instead, I rely on 55 EMA on 4 hours. Because why? The 55 EMA, what is the difference? The 20 EMA is only considering 20 candles, past 20 candles. And if I'm considering just past 20 candles in 4 hours, the weight of price might be too strong to break these 20 candles to give me good information. But what if I'm considering the last 55 candles, the last 200 candles? Now I'm dealing with higher time frame, because the weight, anything that hits higher time frame will play out on lower time frame. But something can hit on lower time frame and not play out on higher time frame. It will look as if child's play. You might see one serious dump of 15 minutes to be like, are you still breathe? Like, what is this on daily chart? It might just be one candle, just pull back and continue the pump. Just one. Do you understand? So putting that into consideration when you're doing analysis, I take my whatever I see based in context to the time frame that is playing at. So in this situation, this is 4 hours. In 4 hours, I have more focus on my 55 minutes, my 55 EMA. So right, if like for example breakout is going, like now for example we had a breakout here, right? We had a breakout here and price start moving. What is the first thing I expect? That once price start moving, price must respect my 20 average and not come to my 55. Immediately I see price come to 55, I take the first warning. Do you understand? I expect now on lower time frame, I am expecting that when price, in fact on lower time frame, sometimes price will jump the 20 exponential moving and give it a big gap. For me to buy it, if I'm scalping, I wait for price to come back to that 20 exponential moving average. So in this situation, what am I trying to say? In this situation, what I'm trying to say is that if I enter price here, if I enter a buy order here, right? If I enter a buy, you can see that the 20 exponential moving average was constantly respected. But immediately it touches the 50 exponential moving average, the storyline change, the drum change, the music line change. Am I making some sense? It's the music line completely, the tone of the music changed. Look at it. Once it came to the, now this is 4 hours. Now let me go to 15 minutes chart and let me show you what will happen. You find out that the main man that pays more power here is your 20 exponential moving average, and you find out that price easily slashed through the 50 and even touch the 200 anyhow. Look at it. Look at how price is just touching and going. Every time it's just coming and touching it. Like this is like this 200 exponential moving average is useless here. It's useless. It's look at the 50. It was just bombarding the 50, but it kept going up still. Am I making sense? It was bombarding the 50 exponential moving average, but it kept going up. Why? Because the 20 has not crossed the 50. Look at it. Until it crossed it, the danger appeared. Because here now we are putting the 20 into consideration, not the 50. So we are kind of ignoring what the 50 is doing in the lower time frame. Because why? The more sensitive one is the 20 exponential moving average. So once we get across on the 20 exponential moving average, there's more down coming. Even though this golden cross is important on higher time frame, in terms of looking for a bounce, I will not be bounced. I know that as long as price, the 20 exponential moving average is floating above the 55, I am on the good side until we cross down. That's how I write it. Now if I go to 4 hours, it's the storyline changes. You find this 55 and 20 in okay, let me use the instance of friendship. In 15 minutes down to 1 minute, the 55 exponential moving average and the 200 exponential moving average, the 20 exponential moving average, price no get respect for them at all. Now that kind of friend you will have that has no single respect for you. He will just kick you anywhere. He will just do anything he likes anywhere, and you'll be wondering, how did we even arrive here? How did me and you become friends? How did we even introduce each other? Who introduced us? But yet you just know you guys are friends. That is what happens to 200 exponential moving average when it finds itself on 15 minutes chart. Because price will keep hitting it, that it will not have any. Look at it. Just look at what is happening. Imagine how many times price is coming back to the 200 exponential moving average. If I go to the daily chart, the respect is clear. Anything will carry you come near me, no say that thing serious. Do you understand? Anything that brings you to the point of coming close to 55 exponential moving average, not less of 200, that thing must be a serious matter. So let's go and let's see what is happening right now. I will tell you that since BTC has started pumping, BTC has not near 200 exponential moving average till now. In fact, it never even they smell near them. Look at it. Did you see the respect? Did you see the gap? You don't touch me anyhow, because this is my territory. Like, I'm a king here. Anything that brings you to a king, expect a bounce. So anything that make price hit this point, it will bounce, and that is exactly where my line is. Did you see that? Are you seeing the coincidence? That there's a high chances that once it gets to that point, a strong move to the upside is coming. So it's a sure that on a higher time frame, when 200 exponential moving average is touched for the first time, expect a strong push to the upside. Example, did you see what happened the first time it touched the 55 exponential moving average? Did you see the yellow line? Did you see this wick? Did you see that buy? This is buy pressure, and this is the first time. This is the first time it is touching it on BTT, and you can see how, in fact, if you shorted this market, I pity you at this point, because this is the first time it's touching him. Okay, let me explain. Do you know why I told you guys that in the higher time frame, the 20 exponential moving average no get level? Just check now. See the gap where price give out. Price does not give price gap like this on lower time frame. Do you understand? But on lower time, the first, if 20 exponential moving average was so strong, then it would have hold this dump when it arrived. But you can see two of them fall safe. They don't even feel hold. You don't feel hold the dump. Like, just look at it. When the dump started coming and arrived at 200 exponential moving average, because it is not its territory, he could not hold that strength of the force that was coming. The only one that survived in holding it is the 55 exponential moving average, because anything on 4 hours to daily chart, 55 exponential moving average is the king. Before you can talk to 200, you have to first of all talk to 55, because once you come to 55, you get that big reaction. You get that boom to the upside once you come to 55. And if you arrive at 200, just know before 255 break, you must have hit it 3 times. So let's see what happens to 55 here. Look at, even till now, it is still 55 that is still holding BTT, of which they are going to come for the 3rd time. Let's see. Let me. Nice.
The good thing now, look at that long red line. I'm talking of the 55 yearly.
I don't know what is happening to my screen.
But we are still seeing it.
Yes, but can't you see the thing that I'm trying to?
The green is not straight.
It's not even straight in now. It's like, I don't know if it's my system hanging or.
If you don't go deeply inside the EMA, it won't let us. We have more.
We have, yes. We will do more of this one, and we will do. I have a meeting by 6. That's the truth. I have a meeting. The person came and I told the person to come back by 6. I have a meeting by 6, so I'm hoping to round off this video by 6. Please, you guys, let's leave EMA. We have sports class to start this week, so we can always take that time to explain further on EMA. So please, let's, for BTT, we're not done. They still expect more pullback. So, but I do see a bounce coming very soon. That once we get to this, there will be a reaction. Which other coin? I see a bounce coming because of the. I did that drawing now. I did that drawing for you. This is weekly chart, so don't look at weekly chart. If I go to daily chart, the reason why I say there's a bounce coming, because let me show you. There's a bounce coming because of this. So the main major bounce is going to happen here. It's very close. It's not far anymore. It's actually not far. It's you that is seeing it. That is, one candle can clear this gap here. One daily candle or 2 daily candles. Before this week runs out, it will clear the dump. And once the dump went, the next attack is here. But here's what I see, right? So like you can see, this is my purple line area. This is my purple line area, right?
Yeah.
This, my brother, as if I draw closer, you're going to see that right now we're having something that is looking like a double bottom here. So we're going to get a bounce here to this seller's line again that will go down before the main down will come, right? So there will be a reaction here that will go up, and then the dump will continue. So that's what I am expressing, and especially BTC is still making it to $56. So that, I think that's the same time, the $56,000. I think that's the same time that I see this BTT also making this bounce. At least we're going to see 6.5 to 7.
It's like it's already making a bounce.
It will, but
So
there's still downside
that's
coming.
what do you have done then?
Hold, like
Yeah,
hold for now. This is double bottom now. Look at what you are seeing here. This is double bottom. This is more like a double bottom. This is more like a double bottom. So it's a high chance that we get a bounce coming up. Very high chance to get to this point, 6.5 to 7. So to this point, and then get rejected, and then this is the time that it's going to return to this red line.
So can one buy now?
This is not a coin to buy. This is not a coin to buy. This coin has more double.
this is not yeah.
This is not the best coin for you to buy.
Okay.
Yeah, let's check them. Then GES.
Okay, let's check something that so many of us have, so that we can cover as much as we can.
Yes. Dodo. How about Dodo?
How many people have dodo?
I have
All
Dodo.
of us.
Okay, everybody have.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Let's use this logic. Any coin we are trading with, like Dodo, DHR,
I know sand. How many people told me they were on sand?
I'm on sand.
Yes.
I'm on sand.
I know plenty people are on sand.
I sold it. So look at some.
Yes, let's look at sand.
And also, let me say, my sushi, I left my sushi there.
You sold your sushi.
Ah,
But I told you guys to wait now. We are seeing $23. I remember somebody asked me yesterday, are we sure? I said yes, I'm sure. At this money you've already seen 20 and you could not wait for the extra $3. Money is good when you dey see am, make you hold am. And they tell you after the red week wey we see last week, abeg you see the money, hold am. So I don't blame you, my brother. In fact, if it means to when it pull back, you buy again. It's going to pull back and continue. We are very close to that $23. In fact, I tell you guys, say we dey see $30. We dey see $30. We dey see 26 minimum. 26 minimum. This chart looks so beautiful. This chart looks so beautiful. In fact, it's even calling $40. This sushi chart looks so good. Calling $40. This sushi chart, like this is the first target, $29 to $30. Patience is very important. So let's look at which chart did you guys say we should look at next? Please make a choice. I'm following you what you guys said. We have so many charts on the list, so make a choice. Why can't I hear you guys again? Do you guys agree on Dent? I'll take 2 more charts and then we can continue. I don't know if I am free tomorrow. Tomorrow we have class. No. Friday, not tomorrow. Friday. Sports. First introduction class. Introduction class is going to be it's not going to be much. So I'll be introducing myself to the new students because I know we have new students in the house. So I'll be introducing myself to them. So guys, pick 2 more coins that you guys want me to look at.
That girl I'm going to, I'm dead. Both of you.
it has thank you.
Oh, you are trading Dent. Oh, this is the coin. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, this is futures. Yeah, this is futures. Let me see. Dent, sports. Sorry, please just. I'll soon round up. I'm about rounding up. Just give me some more time.
What if this is the dentist?
They're still on futures.
Yeah, it's selecting.
Oh boy.
No.
Like what them it looks like this.
Where did you enter? What was your entry price?
It looks.
I ain't upon 15, 0.15. I
Around.
blew off my Facebook.
Around here.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Okay.
But what
I think
did
you're
you
going to
enter?
get it. You're going to get it bounced. Let's see. Let's see what we have.
The trend might change. Mr. Johnson, the trend might change.
It will. Oh,
It will change now. It will definitely
this is week. This is monthly chart. Oh.
Whoa. You get my, you get half.
You wouldn't know when you enter such a trade, Mr. Johnson. Sometimes you wouldn't know. Let me tell you something. Looking at this coin, I know why he got trapped. This second candle was bullish. That's when he entered. That's the candle that trapped you. This candle that went all the way up and all the way down. That's the candle that trapped you. That's a deadly. It's actually on some sort of support now, but let me see. Let's see what we have here. Let's look, brother. I think we are might not get all-time high, but we are very close to a buy because what we just see is a golden cross on daily. But since it's 20 exponential moving average, we could get it. Let me see. Let's see what we have here.
be a pullback.
Okay, we are very close to a bounce
Yeah.
on this coin. We are very close to a bounce, and your bounce should get you above your entry. This bounce will get you above your entry. So I could see this seller's line breaking down soon. But oh,
The only problem I'm seeing on it now is if break this 55 years.
here's what I'm saying. It's going to make a double bottom here. There will be a double bottom in this my support. You can see there's a support here, and this is the same. Let me pick a horizontal support so that you see it. It's actually very close to a very strong horizontal support that could lead to a very good bounce that you can see a zit in profit that bounce. So we have it here. So why did I pick it? You can see this point. You can see this point as well, and very close here. So it's very, and again you can see my red line. It's a coincidence because the daily chart is pointing. That's the daily chart buyer support. So here we're going to get a move again. So now this move we battle with somewhere around 1.8. The first reaction you're going to get is sorry, I said 1.8. Please, when I'm talking about 1 point, I'm excluding the first 0.0. I'm going to just start from the numbers here. So
Yeah, I can understand you.
okay, good. So the first reaction you're going to get is here. The first reaction of a rejection is here, around 1.1. It's an area actually. You're going to get that around this. Yeah, that's the support. That's the support you brought that was broken. You bought the support. That's your support that broke. That's the support that broke. So that's where you're going to get the resistance. Yeah, that's where you're going to get the resistance because support is now going to become a resistance. That's what you're going to get.
Someone to move, please.
Yeah.
So that's where you're going to get. That's where you're going to get a reaction. So you're going to get something that moves like this. Patience can get you out of this coin in profit, right? So you're going to get something that moves like this and return, but then attempt up again, right? That's how the move is going to happen, but expect it to come back down before it now moves, because of this line is respected. Now, provided BTC doesn't spoil shoe, because the only thing that can break this red line is BTC. Why do I say the only thing that can break this red line? If I look at daily chart, we're just having the first time the 20 exponential moving average is crossing below the 55. That is not good. That's not a really good thing. It's not a good sign. It's a sign that it can get rejected in this resistance here.
Actually, I'm pyramiding. I got one hand.
Then you are still good. Okay.
Sit down on the support.
It's very close. Just give it few time. It will sit on this. That's your buy support around that 48 area. Around that 4851, 5248 area. That's your area. Let me even draw it for you. That's your buy. That's the bounce area. This is where you should expect a bounce. Around here. That's your entry point area for a target of this resistance here. So you expect a move before it comes and then a move up. So please let me take one more coin, please. I need to round up. The person I'm having a meeting with is already here. So please, one more coin. How many people have TWT?
I don't have to WT.
How many people have CHR? So everybody has CHR. So let's deal with CHR, right? All right. Let's look at CHR. CHR is that coin. Okay, let's see what CHR has first. Yes, this is one of the coins that. Yes, CHR.
Going up and down.
This coin we need this month though. This coin is going to actually pump. For the pump for CHR, we should be seeing it next month or so. That's what I'm saying. But let's look deeper. Not this month. It's not going to happen this month. But let's look. Let's see. Wait. Let's not conclude. Let's look deeper into this. Let's look deeper into this. Let's have a deeper look of what we are having here. Let's not jump into conclusion yet.
Empty.
Yeah?
Can we call that bar and then the reverser hammer?
Which one?
The hammer, can we call it a bullish engulf? That's
Which one?
red.
It's green and red. This is 2-bar reversal. Is a 2-bar reversal.
No, another one. Another one.
Which one?
Another one.
Which one? The one currently forming.
Inverted hammer and inverted hammer, inverted hammer and hammer red.
This big one. This big one.
No. The other
This
big
one?
hammer.
This is not hammer now. This is a full grown man. That's a full body grown candle. This one. Inverted hammer. This is this one. This is the inverted hammer I'm seeing here. And this will not play out because it's in a sideways market. This inverted hammer is likely not to be useful because of where it is located. It's a sideways market, so you can't. Inverted hammer is always important, or a hanging man is important where they are found on the resistance or support area, right? So yeah, there's some sort of horizontal resistance and support where you just say so, because if I place it here, there's some area. This area is area of rejection. So you can see that all this there's a strong resistance in this area. That's why you see it getting constantly rejected. But again, you can see the overlapping of the candle tells you that these candles are not going to actually function. Even if you are seeing a hammer or inverted hammer, they are not going to have much function because of where they are found. Assuming it's look okay now, like in this situation here, this 2-bar reversal candle has more power than this hammer. This particular hammer here. This inverted hammer, this hammer, this inverted hammer, this hammer, they are all just sideways market. Confused human beings trying to make money. That's what you are having there. And the chances of them playing out is low. Why? Because at the end of the day, you can see it broke down. If it was working, you see they won't break off that support, right? Look at, there's some sort of support here too, right? There's some sort of invisible support for lower time frame here. So if I go to 4 hours, this is weekly chart. If I go to 4 hours, you're going to see the importance of this support and resistance I'm showing you. So look at them. You can see how price keeps bouncing on them.
Yeah. Yes.
So did you see that? Did you see where I'm showing you? So this invisible resistance and this invisible support tend to have some sort of effect on the general sideways market because of those hammer overlapping each other. That is why you see this from here. So it's like this price is confused. It keeps going up and down, bouncing the same area. So it's like confused people are the ones trading. What's happening here? These people are not moving. And at the end of the day, it broke the support. And that's the same place it got rejected again. So what I see here is this, on this CHR, is we are very close to a support. We are very, very close to a bounce. That is around here, right? So this bounce, remember, if you know our crypto legged word, it says what? It said 1, 2, 3. So we're going to get another attack of this line here. And then a pullback of retest, and then we have a breakout. Now the retest will be a higher low because that is the last leg of breakout, right? But we must have complete 4 legs before that breakout. It is that 4 leg because this last leg is called the 4th leg, right? Because the pullback might not get here. The pullback might just be halfway before it pulls on. That is what I see playing out on CHR.
You are going to buy more. You're going to add
Yeah, it's going to come to this 0.23. That would be a good buy for CHR. We've taken profit before, so buying again is a good thing. Buy and then when it pumps, but because a good pump is coming to this. Wait, let me 2-3. Yeah. So if I turn on my let's look at what the EMA is. EMA. We did. Before you bought, you guys bought the second time after we took the first profit. It's the second. We took the first profit. This is the second time we are in CHR. So this is like we bought. So here, this thing about CHR, what you're saying here, if I turn on my look at it, you see that is very close to the 200 exponential moving average, right? So the first time it came to the 200 exponential moving average, there was a gap. It didn't touch it, right? There's a little gap. It didn't hit the 200 exponential moving average. So this time around, it's going to come and touch it. It's going to touch it this time. Yes, on the daily chart. Look at the last time it was a gap. Look at it. Can you see the gap? Can you see the gap?
It's still far from 200 though.
Yes.
Can
It will not reach the
can
200.
price fall before below 200 EMA on daily chart, higher time frame, like daily chart and weekly chart?
Yes, when you see such, know that price is actually going for a strong pullback. When it happens, when such happen and it doesn't pull back again, most times when it crosses it, it's going to pull back up, just like the 55 and up. That's what it does. But once it crosses it and you have a golden cross, get out of that trade.
So we should still hold on, Abi.
Yes, we are still having a pump coming to CHR. The only thing is, we're probably going to add to trade here, right here, very close, right here. That's where we're going to add. That's 2.3, 0.23. That's where we're going to add to trade, and then we expect an attack on this seller's line because it's very high now. Chances that we're going to break the seller's line and make it up to 0.45 to 0.5. No problem, we can talk more about this after the class. Guys, please, I need to round up. Somebody's here waiting for me, please. I need to round up, alright? So I will talk more. So Wednesdays, I want to leave Wednesdays. Now, right now, this class we did now, the video, I'm really having issue with my YouTube stream. I'm trying to fix the stream. I'm trying to fix my stream. I think it's I need to do some one or two things